Am I the butthole for having flavored sparkling water at my teenage daughter's birthday party? Another mom accused me of trying to give her daughter an eating disorder. My daughter's birthday party was on Saturday morning. She is 13 years old. We just hosted it in our backyard. For food, we ordered pizzas, wings, garlic bread, tortilla chips, guacamole, salsa, pasta salad and burgers. When it came to drinks, we had water, sparkling water, lemonade. So we have the birthday party, everything is going well. One of the moms, call her Lacey, comes to pick up her daughter. She then finds her drinking a la Croix. She tells her daughter to toss the drink, and then she comes up to me and is like, "Why are you offering diet products to my children?" I'm like, "It's just sparkling water." She then flips out saying that her daughter does not need artificial soda replacements. She goes on to say if I want to give my children eating disorders I can do that, but not for her children. I was taken aback and just how aggressive she was, and I didn't feel like I did anything wrong. I was like, "Look, I have pizza, wings, brownies, this is not a diet party at all." She then tells me I have no right to judge what is a diet product or not. She and her daughter both left. Also, she later posted on Facebook, "I am not friends with her, that some people are trying to push diet products onto children that aren't even theirs." For what it's worth, if my children want soda I am cool with them having it in moderation, but none of my children do. And it was just really odd for me too, like I have never heard of anyone say that flavored sparkling water is an artificial replacement for soda. Also, I didn't say anything to her, but it was extra odd because both her and her daughter were obese, so it's just extra odd they are accusing me of trying to give them eating disorders. Not the butthole at all. Seems to me like she was self-conscious of her own issues and decided to attack you for it. I think it was clever you had sparkling water. You also had other options for drinks. It's not as though you forced her child to drink sparkling water. I appreciate it when water is also available at parties. I can't quite quench my thirst with sweet drinks. I also like water as an option. Though I have no problem drinking sweet drinks. Water and tea are almost always available. Don't let this eat at you too much. I often do a jug of water, a jug of sparkling water, or cheap lemonade, and a bottle of cordial. Plain, slightly less plain, flavor, and fizzy flavor. All the options. Definitely think this is her issue, not original poster doing anything wrong. Interesting. For the uninitiated, please define cordial in this context. My Paleolithic mental reference library is limited to foil-wrapped chocolates filled with alcoholic cordials or the chocolate-wrapped cherries cordialed in confectioner's cream and non-alcoholic liquor. So please, do elaborate for me, and list your menu of favorite flavors and concoctions if you please. I've never heard the term cordial used in the context you mentioned. I use it to mean a higher quality squash, something sweetened and fruity. Elderflower is the one most associated in my mind with the term cordial, and is absolutely delicious. I've made spiced elderberry cordials before too. There's a wild cherry in my back garden that produces the smallest cherries with the biggest stones, but when boiled in sugar syrup then strained made the most scrumptious red cordial. Not particularly cherry-ish but wonderfully fruity. If you're looking to buy it, UK-based, Belvoir is a really good brand. Or rocks for a more traditional squash, so lemon, orange, or blackcurrant, with the bonus of being organic. Other brands are available, but if I'm not making it, those are usually my go-to. Also, cordials can be added to cocktails. At a party my cousin handed me a gin and tonic with elderflower cordial and it was amazing. When you say squash, my American mind immediately pictures a gourd. And the only cordials I know are alcoholic, which sounds more UK to me, laughing out loud. Ah, the great English language. So close, yet so different if you're UK or USA. Google informs me that cordial means a liquor in America, which I'd not come across, and in the UK is a concentrated fruit drink that needs to be diluted before drinking. Also, squash is squash when it comes to the vegetable, would never think to call it a gourd here, smiley face. It always surprises me to learn that cordial and squash are not really a thing in the States. I've had to explain several times to Americans that we have concentrated fruit juice that you have to dilute with water and that no kids' party was complete without orange or blackcurrant squash, smiley face. That's absolutely a thing in North America. I'm in Canada, We just don't call it squash or cordial like you do. It's just juice. I grew up with it. My mom always put too much water in it to make it go farther, but it didn't taste as good, laughing out loud. This took me back rather delightfully to reading the Chronicles of Narnia as a kid, where Lucy drinks lemon squash with Koryaking the magician. And I, as a typical American child who wasn't very enthusiastic about vegetables, pictured her drinking basically lemon-flavored mashed zucchini was like ew gross. And now I learn it was lemonade all along. Laughing out loud, I was so confused when I first heard squash used to refer to a drink. I grew up in the US, but my parents are from the UK, and we go back to visit family from time to time. In the US, squash is just used to refer to gourds, pumpkin, zucchinis, etc. I had a mental image of drinking pureed pumpkin. The mom can't claim she was forcing diet products on her. She put out options and the kids chose what they wanted. I get dry mouth, and that polar seltzer is amazing for that. It's not sweet, it's bubbly and has a tiny bit of a tang from the natural fruit essence. I love it. Right. Artificial replacement for soda. As opposed to the natural soda made in the pure mountain springs of the Rockies? Laughing out loud. Where else do you think Mountain Dew comes from? It's obviously just dew from the mountains. Where else would they get their name? I know you're joking, but the name comes from moonshine, because the soda was originally created as a mixer. Laughing out loud, this what my first thought reading this too. Artificial replacement for soda. BQ's soda is such a natural whole food? Soda is obviously artificial, a man-made product that doesn't occur in nature. And this woman has major issues around food and eating, which sadly she is messing up her kids with, by making scenes like this, not letting them eat anything low in calories, and having big emotional issues around food. There is nothing wrong with kids eating diet products. So long as by diet products one means more healthy alternatives to junk food, soda, like she seems to? I mean, obviously you wouldn't want to give kids drugs to lose weight. But if someone baked low-sugar muffins with whole wheat flour and their kid ate and liked them, would they really be upset about that? And it's a diet food to this woman who is used to having soda on the regular, but to some people it's just what they eat. It's like the people who judge someone for having a salad, that they must be on a diet, that they have unhealthy ideas about eating, blah blah. But really, some of like salads. I don't always order salads, but sometimes I do and really enjoy them. She basically thinks no one should be allowed to eat or serve food that is healthier or lower calorie than what she personally chooses to eat. BQs if, so they're trying to force diet culture on her kid. Only what is a diet food for her may just be part of other people's normal foods they eat, without it being about their weight. She's making it about weight, you aren't. And the fact that she could see a meal with pizza, burgers, guac, etc. and say since there was not soda too it's a diet meal is a bit crazy. Her thinking is warped. Not the butthole. Someone tried to pull that "are you trying to lose weight because you ordered a salad?" thing on me once when I was having a Cobb salad. You know, the one with bacon, chicken, eggs, and cheese. Yeah, but it has lettuce, so you know it's healthy. I have a feeling that the obese mom can't stand the idea of her kid making healthier choices than her. Like, how dare original poster put LaCroix into the daughter's realm? Why? Because she might actually like it and ask mom to buy it, then mom feels bad, and she should. BC the thought of giving up her own corn syrup and calorie-laden beverage is abhorrent to her. My wife and I got in the habit of calling flavored sparkling water soda, and now that we have kids our 2 and 4-year-olds do the same. At some point they'll learn that soda and seltzer are different things, but for now we don't have to worry about that. Not the butthole, that lady has serious issues. Sounds like she's already got an eating disorder and is passing it on to her child. Also, the idea of diet water is really funny to me. Like the default is Mount Dew and water is diet hydration. Brondo has the flavor plants crave. It's got electrolytes. I think at this point, we're about a decade away from full-blown idiocracy. Excuse me. Does anybody know where I can get diet air? This air in my house and my backyard is making me fat. It makes me kind of concerned for her children if she thinks that eating less sugar leads to an eating disorder. How dare you give my child the option of drinking water? My take is that this lady has normalized soda as the refreshment at home and thinks that this must be what everyone else does. When she sees her daughter in a different environment with a water in her hand, she thinks that there must be some kind of social manipulating factor, bullying, as to why her daughter chose the option that she never does at home. The reality is that this young girl has noticed that her friends don't drink 3 Cokes a day, and she wants to fit in. I don't think she's crazy, just a giant idiot. Also, isn't LaCroix unsweetened? Did they change it since I last had it 2 years ago? No other reason, just not a thing where I am. It's unsweetened sparkling water that had a flavor walk by. Drove by a strawberry field, hint of lime, once thought about a grapefruit. Dreamed about a blackberry 2 nights ago. I like to say LaCroix tastes like whatever fruit name someone shouted from another room. I like LaCroix, but this took me out. Not the butthole for offering sparkling water. The young lady had a choice, that's what she chose. Personal, informed, choice is a protective factor against EDS. I think Mama is defensive about her size. You might be the butthole for getting us all salivating over that party menu, smiley face. Right? Like I'm not 13 or the parent of a 13-year-old, but I want an invite, laughing out loud. I, personally, would want a Coke, to pair with pizza, and a beer, to pair with burger, if I were placed in front of that spread, but agree that the original poster threw a great party, with normal drinks for her guests. Laughing my butt off, what? Not the butthole. What is an artificial soda replacement? Ridiculous. Did she think it had aspartame or some other artificial sweetener? I'm wondering if this woman got put on a diet by her own mother when she was young and only got to drink Fresca or Tab, and this triggered her. She needs therapy. Not the butthole. This was my thought too. I completely understand a parent not wanting their child to have aspartame, but unsweetened sparkling water seems completely inoffensive. Edited for word choice, not meaning. This was my thought too. I completely understand a parent not wanting their child to have aspartame, but unsweetened sparkling water seems completely inoffensive. I mean, even if you don't want your kid to have aspartame, this is still objectively ridiculous behavior. It's not some other parent's job to police your kid's drink choices, and plain old water is still available. I like how it implies soda is somehow more natural. Not the butthole. What the hell is an artificial replacement for soda? Soda is not a natural product. There are no soda trees or natural Coke springs. That would be like calling Dr. Pepper an artificial substitute for Coke. What a nut job. Edit, change Soda Springs to Coke Springs for clarity. I don't agree with it, but the thought process is. Soda is the baseline. Cane sugar, HFCS, etc. are all real things you can refine from nature. Diet soda has something like aspartame, Splenda, etc., which is crazy manufactured sugar created in a lab and is therefore a dangerous chemical. Most sparkling water doesn't have sugar or evil chemistry lab sugar. But she thinks it does, so she's equating it to diet soda. Personally, I think if anyone is going to give that kid eating disorders, it will be her mom, not you. Not the butthole. But this is projecting hard about something. To be fair, it's not just skinny folks that have eating disorders, so the whole "they are obese" thing in relation to EDS could have been left out. Although the fact that they are does make it curious that she jumped on eating disorder and not something like "are you calling my daughter fat, is that why you gave her a diet drink," which would still be odd given all the food. So maybe that's what she's really mad about, the notion that you think her daughter is fat, etc. Not the butthole. If she's concerned about what her daughter consumes, she should stay and monitor what her daughter drinks. Also, I don't think sparkling waters are diet drinks. From what I know, they are not artificially sweetened and just have water, flavor, and CO2. Some drinks marketed as sparkling water have artificial sweeteners. Sparkling Ice is one US brand. But LaCroix is not sweetened with anything. Maybe the mom thought it was like those? But it doesn't excuse her flipping out. That poor girl was probably enjoying a la Croix at the party because she's not allowed to have it at home. Not the butthole. Not the butthole. Some people are simply ridiculous with these Demi Lovato style rants about sugar-free products. Some of us can't have sugar of any kind, natural or added, so providing an option for them is what any good host should do. The girl chose that drink from a selection. People need to stop thinking of any sugar-free product as diet. Would they rant the same way if you provided a nut-free food option? Probably not. Ah yes, nothing says Ed like a pizza party. Not the butthole. Not the butthole. This lady's crazy. You absolutely have the right to judge what is and isn't a diet product. You especially have the right to determine what you serve at the party you're hosting. Plus, her kid chose what she wanted to drink. If she had wanted the sugary stuff, she could have gone for the lemonade. This lady was wrong on many levels. This post is so fake. So not the butthole for the sparkling water thing, but def OTA for this sentence, but it was extra odd because both her and her daughter were obese, so it's just extra odd they are accusing me of trying to give them eating disorders? Weight has nothing to do with disordered eating, and the narrative that you can only have an ed if you're thin or underweight, why is what you appear to be implying here, is dangerous and harmful. Not the butthole. She's deranged. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to be the first to know about Red Rabbit Reader's new videos. If you like our videos, please like them on YouTube and share them with your friends. We welcome your comments below. Press to start another of our videos.